Welcome to this video on the case of Guzman versus spouses Santos, GR number 222957, decided by the 3rd Division of the Supreme Court on March 29, 2023. This lecture explores the complexities of a contract to sell, suspensive conditions, the availability of rescission, and the doctrine of in pari delicto. Part 1 of this video covers the case profile and the procedural background of this litigation. The petitioner is Addy Rogelio B. de Guzman, the seller, and the respondents are the spouses Bartolome and Susan Santos. The subject matter involves a house and lot in Taytay, Rizal, with a total price of 1.5 million pesos. The agreement was a contract to sell, which stipulated that title is reserved until full payment. The chronology of events began in November 2000 with the execution of the contract. By early 2001, the buyers stopped paying installments and abandoned the property. In June 2001, they sued for rescission. In 2005, de Guzman secretly sold the property to a third party. While lower courts initially ordered rescission, the Supreme Court eventually reversed these rulings in 2023. Two core issues were raised before the Supreme Court. First, whether the Court of Appeals erred in ruling that the contract was validly rescinded due to the seller's secret conveyance, and second, whether the defaulting buyers were entitled to a refund of their down payment. Part 2 of this video examines the Supreme Court's doctrine and legal rationale in this matter. In a contract to sell, ownership is reserved by the vendor and does not pass until full payment. Thus, payment is a positive suspensive condition. Failure to pay is not a breach of contract, but rather an event that prevents the seller's obligation to transfer title from acquiring binding force. The Supreme Court rejected the application of rescission provisions. Article 1191 was deemed inapplicable because no reciprocal obligation existed to rescind. Article 1381(4) was also misapplied, as the buyers lacked an active legal right to the property. Consequently, the seller retained the legal right to alienate the property upon the buyer's default. Under the doctrine of in pari delicto, the court leaves bad faith parties where it finds them. Both parties acted in bad faith. The buyers abandoned their obligations and the seller secretly conveyed the property. Consequently, the contract stipulation regarding automatic cancellation and the forfeiture of the entire down payment was upheld. This matrix summarizes the judicial history, showing how the findings and remedies evolved from the trial court level up to the Supreme Court's final decision to dismiss the claims and uphold the forfeiture. For legal practice, the key takeaways are to ensure precision in contract drafting, correctly identify remedies for non-payment, recognize that defaulting buyers cannot easily invoke equitable powers to obtain a refund, and understand that alienation during litigation does not necessarily create a right of rescission for a defaulting party. Thank you for watching this summary of de Guzman versus spouses Santos. We hope this overview of the Supreme Court's decision on contract rescission and in pari delicto has been informative. This final slide lists the image sources used in this video.